Alright, folks, it's turn 49, and, we cast Vengeance of the Dead, and we actually killed a Paragon with it, because the Paragon had 29 kills, so the dead ones schlepped on in and murdered the hell out of him. Success! He was dropping gifts from heaven on them, but gifts from heaven doesn't phase them because they are unbreakable. It's a funny fact about the way Vengeance of the Dead works. It just, they start off already, quote-unquote, routing, which makes their attack skill like nothing, but it doesn't actually rout them. I think because they're technically all commanders, or something. In any case, they just marched forward and murdered that Paragon. Orem sent us 12 gold for some reason, probably in mockery, which is fair because there was a battle at the Forest of Orem this turn, and let's watch what happens. So he's got his huge, ridiculous province defense up on the walls. We start spamming Soul Slay. He's also got his god casting that Shadow Blast, which is hugely effective against me. I really need to be casting anti-magic just to sort of try to limit the damage. Gifts from heaven coming down from both sides. My flyers, once again, jump into the back and accomplish nothing. Child Feaster the Prophet does take damage from them, because his defense skill and his protection, he's taken the items off him, except the Burning Pearl. So he's actually fairly vulnerable, but he still lives. My flyers are not very good fighters. He summons a fire elemental back here, lots more soul slays and such going off, lots more gifts from heaven dropping, causing a lot of damage to both of us. Bugsy Seagull the Radiance charges on in. He's got 246 kills, which is pretty hilarious. And my Thug should be charging in sometime too. But it's just... my mages are mostly focusing fire, what little fire they're still outputting on the walls, and now they're starting to rout. So the mages are running. My troops are in the back lines, doing what they can, but honestly, what they can is not fantastic. This Fire Elemental is finishing off my Thug, Zellion the Soul Warrior, who did not target Child Feaster as I had hoped he would. And we're just going to HP route here. The enemy, a lot of the enemy are also routing, but not enough of them, especially their mages are still alive. So they've still got a Paragon up there, they've still got a Paragon there. And yeah, we get pushed off. So we do a lot of damage. We kill off, like, pretty much all of their remaining infantry. But it's not enough. It just is not enough. Lots of, our Simmeru, the Hollow Knight, charges in there with his gear. He does work. He does pretty good work. He's standing in the middle of all of these undead, just fighting the hell out of them. With all of his buffs and such. He's down to only 3 hit points. But he's lucky, and he has the Astral Shield, and he has the Vine Shield, so people around him can't attack him. So he's doing it. He's fighting on. We've got some great sentries that are routing around him, just kind of standing around. And being surrounded by skeletons like that, he lasts a little while, but he starts taking chip damage and dies. As is to be expected. That guy, for some reason, took 1,000,000 fatigue after the battle was already over. So, yeah. I lost both my Hollow Knights, which is fine, they'll come back. I lost 3 Mountain Shamans, which is a little bit annoying, but not a huge problem. I lost my Soul Warrior, which is a bummer. And I lost pretty much my whole army. The enemy lost 56 real units and 78 of his province defense, which will respawn. So yeah, that was a bit of a bummer. He also mind-controlled one of my great sentries, hilariously. He's now got, like, not much, but he's still got the Demi-Lich, he's still got his Paragons. I thought I killed one, but it looks like all 3 are still alive. And he's still got his 90 province defense, which upset targeting quite a bit. So, we'll get him next time. We've got more troops rolling on in. We're going to teleport a guy in carrying a bunch of pearls so that I can script my Mountain Shamans to cast Mind Duel to hopefully get rid of the last 2 Paragons. Cross your fingers, knock on wood, before they can accomplish much. We've got Fomoric here. Fomoric's just going to suicide charge on in order to do a little bit of damage. And yeah, we're bringing in some more troops, and I think we should be able to push them. The problem is just that many archers. My troops are not good against archers, but like I said, we're teleporting this guy in with some Astral Pearls. We actually need more Astral Pearls, so we're going to alchemize up some air gems into Astral Pearls, because I'm not really using them. And some fire gems. And give them to Radavad as well. Radavad the Rad Bug. Let's give him like 14 Astral Pearls, and then let's also give him some... we're going to form a communion with our Soul Twisters instead of spamming Soul Slay, because the Soul Slays just get targeted onto the archers on the walls and die. They just don't accomplish anything. So we can drop Light of the Northern Star, we can communion up and cast Power of the Spheres if we need to. I don't think we really need to, though. Light of the Northern Star will make us Astral 6. I'm sorry, Astral 4, and then plus the bonuses, we'll be able to cast pretty much any astral spell. The issue really is just that we don't have great astral spells to cast because I haven't hit level 7 research in anything. I will be able to cast Battle Fortune, so actually what I might do is just spam Battle Fortune on all of my troops. But, yeah, it's kind of a bummer. My research is a little bit too spread out. I'll be getting Stellar Focus really soon, in about 2 more turns, and with that I'll be able to bump up my astral income a little bit, which is nice. However, this turn we did have Well of Misery cast by not Haerdalas, Lothric. So he's got Well of Misery up, which is really sort of frightening. He's also, like, owns this whole chunk of land down here. Drangleic is still alive as well, which is, you know, good for them. Like, bully for them, they're doing well. But, the stage is basically set for a climactic clash between Lothric and Satis, hopefully with me supporting Lothric. And it's kind of an issue of whether I want to... Like, I can dispel globals really easily, but it's a question of whose global I want to dispel. I can try to dispel Well of Misery. I can try to dispel Mother Oak. Or I could save my pearls, put up Stellar Brilliance myself, and just sort of sit on the sidelines. We've got Ophar wearing a crystal coin. We can also give him... We're forging another Starshine Skullcap, so we'll give him a Starshine Skullcap as well. That'll make him Astral 6. Or, as I said, in a little bit, we'll be able to use Bugsy Seagull to go Astral 8 to be Astral 8. We've also got this single Lar down here owning in Green Coast, and I don't think I have anybody who can teleport to him. Because teleporting... Oh, nope, I can, actually. Yeah, I think I'll teleport on top of him and kill him. We're going to do that. So we teleport to Green Coast. Teleport to Green Coast. Teleport to Green Coast. And teleport to Green Coast. That costs 8 gems. And what we do is we just script them all to cast either Soul Vortex or a Soul Slay, I'm sorry, or we could script one of them to buff and then enslave mine, but I'd rather just Soul Slay. And we can do that from all the way in the back. So, doop-a-doo. Bip, bip. And we put them right back there. Like that, and like that. And if they have to retreat, of course, they can retreat to Orem. With our troops rolling back in, he can't break out because he's relying on those 90 archers. So he's just stuck in the fortress. He won't really be able to accomplish much. If he comes out, whatever he sends out, since he doesn't have many units, will just be hit by a ton of Soul Slays and killed. So we'll get those 4 involved. We'll get this guy teleporting in. In terms of other paths, I've got fire. I've got a lot of fire, actually. I've got, like, all my fire randoms. I've also got water. So I could potentially spam some Falling Fires or Falling Frost, which might not be bad. Falling Fires, at least, might not be bad. Or I could spam a ton of Astral Geyser, which I can absolutely do. It does armor negating damage. And horror marks people. Yeah, AoE 10, 2 magic armor negating damage. That's actually not bad. I might spam a ton of Astral Geyser or something. I don't know. Obviously, I'll use the Mind Duel with these 5, those 4, and then this guy, because they're low value, and if they can kill the Paragons, then that makes the whole thing a lot easier. But we'll just see what happens. We're going to kill the Lar with the teleporting gank squad. If they have to retreat, like I said, they'll just retreat to Orem. Won't be a problem. And if we look at the battle in Green Coast to see what that Lar is geared with, he's got full kit that he's based... Most of this he's actually taken from me. Probably the Frostbrand, Regen Ring, I think. So we'll kill him and steal as much of his gear as we can. And use it to gear up some of our own thugs. He's casting Earth Elementals, which is a very valuable use of Lars. Like, that's very practical. And earth elementals are... Ooh, actually, that's an interesting point. They're mindless and inanimate. So I don't think Soul Slay kills earth elementals. Well, as soon as the Lar dies, he'll crumble, though, because he doesn't have a commander. Yeah, that'll be fine. And we also got another Mothseer, which is nice. So we have another Astral Death Crosspath Mage. We don't really need one right now, because we still have Monhelte. But that does mean that actually, I take that back. That means that we can send Monhelte into combat. So Monhelte can run down there, and he can cast, because he can Communion. And then with the Communion, he can cast Darkness. And then spam Horde of Skeletons. So he can go Communion Master, Darkness, because with 8 slaves, if we could go 8 slaves, that will boost him by 3 levels, so he'll be Death 5. He could summon Lamashtas, although that's not a good idea. Darkness, and then just spam Horde of Skeletons. And so for that purpose, we'll give him 5 Death Gems. Great, and then once he puts the Darkness up, because my troops don't have Dark Vision, but Skeletons will, and the Darkness will inhibit his archers and mages from being... will stop them from being accurate. Whereas my spells don't rely on accuracy, the spells that I'm casting. Because I'm not casting, like, combat spells, basically. I'm casting Frozen Heart, I guess, but it's once again, it's Precision 100. So it really doesn't matter. The Frozen Heart spammers actually, yeah, they're further up. That's fine. And yeah, we'll redo the scripting next turn as we go in. So, that's turn 49. I'll see you all in turn 50. Sorry, just checking to make sure my recording was fine, which it is, and we'll have a good time. Hopefully, we'll actually crack Orem next turn, or the turn after, possibly. I have a lot of fire. Like I said, okay, I have a lot of fire. Tell you what, in addition to that, bring a bunch of fire gems, and in terms of research, grab Conjuration 5, and then Enchantment level 7. 8. Yeah, we'll do that. So we'll hit Enchantment level 5, we'll hit Conjuration level 5 next turn, and we'll spam out a whole bunch of full-sized fire elementals with my fire gems to do the thing. Let's actually make some more fire gems if we can. What could I alchemize? I don't really want to alchemize anything. So that will be 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that'll be some fire elementals. Those fire elementals will help a lot. And we'll have fun. So, turn 50 coming up, and we'll see how we do in it. Take care. Okay, Mirrorpoint turn 50. A lot of teleporting, a lot of manifesting vitriol, couple of remote site searching spells. Well, actually, I think only 2. Yeah, I didn't find anything. That's alright. We hit Green Coast and took the province. We did not hit the Lar, interestingly. I think he hid, so I think he's still here. If you hide, I believe that happens before magic phase movement, but not ritual attacks. Like, if I'd hit him with a Mind Hunt, I think I might have found him. But, oh well. Enemy spy tried to infiltrate the capital, but we discovered the attempt. I don't really care if he finds my graphs. That's okay at the moment. We need to move somebody over here to start taking all these shadows away and do something with them. So let's send that guy off to do that. We're collapsing more on Orem. I think I will attack Orem next turn once I get these troops and these mages in. We've got set up to summon a bunch of fire elementals, which will support our armies, and then we've got a bunch of people magic dueling in an effort to kill those last couple astral mages they have. And overall, I think it'll be fun. We're going to give Urborn our one other fire gem, so he can hand that to somebody. Over here, a whole bunch of mages collapsing in on this province. We actually probably want them elsewhere, to be honest. Because, well, no, we want them down here because we are going to be attacking Satis from this direction. We're also going to be attacking Satis from this direction, so we're going to need some troops up here. I'm turning some of my water gems into a water bracelet, so I'm starting to ramp up water so that eventually I can cast... Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I'm trying to find... Maelstrom. There it is. It's evocation level 8. It requires level 6 water and 80 water gems. But I have a water province, so I can cast this if I can get up to it. It does mean I need to focus on researching evocation pretty soon. Once I hit enchantment level 7, I might go down to that, because enchantment level 7 already gives me Earthblood Deepwell if I can ever cast that, which I probably can't. And everything else we might need. Zessie is still blood hunting. He's given us blood slaves per turn. We need more, really. But our blood slave income is okay. It's like 8 or 9 per turn on average. And that should get us up to 50 pretty soon, and then we'll empower one of these guys in blood. And yeah, it'll be good. In the meantime, we're moving in to take Hipperbochi. I had a little bit of tense negotiation with Man over the fact that he felt like he should get all of Ulm's provinces, which isn't a totally unreasonable feeling, given the situation. But I convinced him, so I'm taking these two, and I'm taking that, and that will be fine. That will be my territorial gains from the death of Man. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, the death of Ulm. Ulm actually has quite a force over here in Fungwood. And he still has the cracked earth as well. I'm not sure how or why, to be honest, but for some reason Man hasn't taken that. There must be a fortress here that I'm not seeing or something. In any case, like I said, Orem we should be going in again in about one more turn. It's a small army, but to be honest, I don't think I really need a huge army at this point, and the fire elementals will do the dirty there. It's just the archers on the wall. Like, the archers on the wall are my nemesis, my bane. They are the thing that could make this bad for me, so we're going to be putting guys just scattered all around in an effort to draw fire away from the mages. Ugh, it is annoying. This whole thing is super, super annoying. We're also going to cast Darkness, which will help. And then Monhelte will be back here throwing down hordes of skeletons, which will slightly help insulate us from HP rout, and will also, of course, function at 100% under the darkness. As will the fire elementals. Elementals function fine under darkness because they have spirit sight. They're blind. They don't actually see with eyes. So, that's the plan there. In terms of research, like I said, we're hitting enchantment level 7 in a couple of turns, and after that, I'm probably just going to go down evocation. Sadly, evocation will give us Mind Hunt, which we'll be able to drop on people, which will be hilarious. And it will also, at level 8, give us Astral Tempest, which is pretty cool, at least if you have golems, which I don't have right now, but I could easily have. You can have a golem with carrying astral boosters, teleport into a province, cast Astral Tempest. Everything that has a mind starts taking damage, and the golem does not, because the golem is mindless. So I may well do that. However, I do kind of want to save up my Astral Pearls to start making Soul Warriors again. I need Soul Warriors, definitely. And we've got Ofar the Soul Twister here as well. Actually, to be honest, next turn I might just put up Stellar Light. Because there's plenty of global slots. I don't think anyone will particularly dispel it because it's not dangerous, so I can probably get away with just a minimum cast as soon as I hit Stellar Focus, sorry. As soon as I hit Enchantment 7, I think I can probably just get away with a minimum strength cast of Stellar Focus and get those sweet 5 Astral Pearls per turn. And as long as it stays up for 6 turns, it's paid itself back. So yeah, that'll be the plan. A couple turns I'll cast Stellar Focus, then I'll start churning out Soul Warriors, and it'll be a good time. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you all on turn 51. One other thing I needed to mention before I ended this turn. I sent a message to Anor Londo saying basically, hey, by the way, I'm moving back in to take that province that Orem raided from me, and then you took, rather than me taking. Yeah, I'm moving in to take that back. I don't consider this declaring war on Anor Londo. This is my province, basically. This was my province when we made the deal. This was my province when Orem took it back from me. Orem never had any actual hope of holding it, and so I consider it my province, basically. I sent him that message. He hasn't responded to it. It shouldn't be a problem, I wouldn't imagine, but it might be, I suppose. That said, he's got a lot of troops moved up here to fight Satis, so I would anticipate that that's what he's doing. And like I said, I certainly hope it's not a problem. If it is, I could talk him out of it. I talked Man out of this, after all, so I think we'll be fine. In any case, just needed to add that little caveat there. So, thanks for watching. See you in turn 51. Alright, so it's turn 51, and I'll be honest, I'm a little bit pissed off here. And this is why. Battle in Hipperbochi. So, in Rame, I retook the province from Anor Londo that had been raided away from me over here. Actually, well, it had been raided away by Orem, and then I told Anor Londo I was going to move back in and retake it, and then I did, so that's fine. No problems there, shouldn't be. In Green Coast, this Lar bounced back out after I missed him with the teleporting gank squad, and retook the province, that's also okay. I've now been told, I'm losing my mind, Lothric is now going to, basically politely said, fuck off, it's mine now. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to start a war with you over this, fine, whatever, take it. This, however. So recall, I'd moved through these provinces of Man, that Man had raided away from Ulm, which was, let's get this out of the way, that was kind of an aggressive move. Like, straight up. That was like, that was me muscling in a little bit. So fine, I expected there to be a little bit of tension there. So we talked about, we talked about that. I said, okay, yeah, that's fine. You know, we had our whole discussion. I sent him some earth gems. I thought we were going to be okay. Instead, he moved his whole army, this is like his whole army, to hit Hipperbochi, which he knew I was moving to. And so he wiped out a whole bunch of my summons and 2 mages at the cost of some chaff with a big Thunderstrike spam communion. That pissed me off some, I'll be honest. I mean, yeah, that pissed me off some. So, at this moment, at this time, I'm basically looking here contemplating like, well, I mean, I could, at this point, I'm gonna hit, I've hit evocation level 5, I'm gonna hit evocation level 6 in just a couple of turns. Once I hit evocation level 6, I have a whole bunch of mages who can mind hunt, so I could just mind hunt the absolute hell out of him and his whole army and everything. And in fact, if I get a death random, which I should, statistically speaking, get a death random pretty soon. In fact, I don't even have to wait for a death random, because Vengeance of the Dead, I could have Alethis cast Vengeance of the Dead right now, and that would kill his Thrice Horned Boar. If we look at Hipperbochi over here, if we pause real quick, yeah, see, he has 214 kills. He won't be killed by the souls from Vengeance of the Dead, but likewise, since they're ethereal, his trample damage won't kill them. Like, I mean, it only has a 25% chance to actually hit, so he would be turn-timered and killed by them, assuming we got through the magic resistance, which, of course, it's a high magic resistance, and I don't have, spell penetration boosters because I haven't been forging them. I am forging a Rune Smasher on a totally unrelated note right now, because like I said, I'm a little pissed off about this, to be honest. And in particular, I'm a little pissed off about, I'm looking at Man and I'm like, you know, Man is actually like certainly competitive with me for size. Almost competitive with Lothric. And it very much irritates me that now I'm in this position where I kind of have to, I mean, like, we have to focus on Satis. There isn't another option, really. But, even so, I'm quite irritated about that. And maybe I shouldn't be. I mean, in a way, you could certainly argue that this is kind of turnabout as fair play. I did take these 2 provinces that he technically owned. I guess I would make the argument that he didn't actually own them. I mean, he didn't have, he'd just put 1 point of province defense in them. They were provinces he'd randomly raided away several turns ago. And I never understood why Ulm hadn't taken them back a long time ago. But in any case, you know what? We're gonna let it slide for now. But, yeah. I'm not sure exactly what's gonna happen there. He's certainly totally overrun Ulm. Like, Ulm is gone. He's going to take Ulm's Garnet Sorceresses, which I like I said, I don't know what province they're in. I think they're in the Cracked Earth. I think they must be, although I don't see a fort or anything there. And yeah, then the question is going to be, given this tension between us especially, is Man actually going to fight Satis, or is he going to attack me? So I think it's a good time to get Mind Hunt active. And I'll have, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can have at least 5 mages here mind hunting every turn if I have to. And I'll forge, like I said, I'll forge some Rune Smashers, I'll forge some, I'll turn some of my Astral Pearl income into like Eyes of the Void and stuff. Next turn I'll actually alchemize the gems to throw up that Stellar Brilliance to get an extra 5 Astral Pearls per turn. And yeah, we'll have the astral income to really cause some pain if we want to, because man has no astral mages, and there are no astral mages in this army. If we look at this army in Hipperbochi, there's no astral mages there. He doesn't have access to any astral whatsoever, and so he can't stop me from just mind hunting the absolute shit out of him. Frankly, I'm a little bit surprised he didn't keep that in mind before he tried pulling this cockamamie stunt, but anyway, that's fine. Every now and then, here's the thing. People talk about how good I am at diplomacy. Every now and then, either, no matter how good you are or who you are, you stumble or diplomacy fails. And this is one of those times. Diplomacy has failed. I miscalculated how badly he would take this, and then he decided to move in and slap me down because he feels like he's on top of the world right now because he just conquered Ulm, which is fair. I mean, it's an accomplishment. They've been fighting that war for a long time, and good on him for succeeding. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I have to take this shit lying down. So, in any case, down here, we're storming the castle. We've got our fire elementals ready to go. We're casting darkness. I think we can probably take it. I won't obviously guarantee that, but I think we can. We are summoning another soul warrior and forging some gear. We're forging... what are we forging here? We're forging a vine shield. We're forging a ring of regeneration. You, sir, can just research. We're forging a storm spool, and we're forging a copper armor. Because that's the other way I can fuck up a big mannish stack, is I can teleport a soul warrior onto them. Where's my copper armor being forged? I know I have a copper armor being forged somewhere. Oh, Kim is forging the storm spool. Where's my other air mage? Maybe I'm not forging a copper armor. I should be forging copper plate. That's it. So the copper plate plus the ring gives an effect of 40 shock resistance. And 40 shock resistance is enough to shrug off thunder strikes almost all the time. So basically this stack is relying on spamming a whole bunch of thunder strike. And if you have the guy who teleports into the middle of them, and he's immune to thunder strike and he regenerates, then they do their thing like they're scripted to do, and then they basically thunderstrike the hell out of their own army. And then he has the vine shield, and I'll forge him a weapon as well. So in melee, he'll just kind of slowly kill people and not really care. So instead of manifesting a vitriol, I want you to... Okay, yeah, you just research, and you... We're gonna pause on the old green lion thing so we can forge a frostbrand. And yeah, that will give me the tools necessary to, let's say, express my displeasure. Which I'm strongly considering doing. Strongly considering doing. And then with the Rune Smasher on Alethis plus the plus one of these boosters from Ophar, he can cast Vengeance of the Dead. And like I said, as long as it passes the magic resistance check, that thrice-horned boar would be killed by it. And I kind of feel like that would be appropriate. Now, of course, if I do that, I'm still thinking about that. I'm not guaranteeing that I'll do that right now because, of course, doing it means going into a war with man instead of a war with Satis. But, it's a strong possibility. It's a strong possibility. Very much thinking about it. In any case, other than that, everything's going fine. Unexpected events, found a fire gem, got plus 10 defense in the Mire of Mystery, which is up to now 36 defense, despite me not spamming that much defense on it, and also it being almost entirely slingers, which are garbage. And we've got Simaru and Quellen back. So Simaru is just sitting here researching for right now, because I don't really have anything I want him to do at the moment. I don't have any gear for him. I could give him a Skull Staff, which would make him Death 2. That could be kind of funny, because then he could raid. Like, Astral Death Mages are pretty good at raiding, actually. I'm moving back all these shadow dudes to Domin. And, yeah. Actually, I want to pick those troops up, but I don't think... Yeah, Simaru has 0 leadership. Okay, anyway, that's going to be the turn. That'll be all for now, and I'll see you all in turn 51. We'll see if we can finally take Orem. As I said, we've got darkness coming down, we're summoning a bunch of fire elementals, we're still spamming a ton of Soul Slay, And we're also dropping anti-magic, plus casting some Frighten, and we've got our guys casting Magic Duel in order to try and kill off his Astral Mages, as I mentioned before. So, that will be the plan, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, folks, turn 52. We went in against Orem again, this time with a somewhat better plan, and against somewhat weaker opposition. So, the enemy does have one mind-controlled Great Sentry. They have only a couple of chaff units remaining, including just a few badly injured golden hoplites. At least this one's badly injured. They do have their Prophet, Child Feaster, in the back. They still have their archers, one small pack of them, and they have their province defense. I, however, have a shit ton of mages. That's it. That's basically it. Over here, we've got a bunch of fire elemental casters. Down here, we've got some flyers. Right here, we have Monhelte, who was supposed to cast darkness, but, I made a terrible mistake. I made a terrible mistake in that A, he doesn't actually have any astral pearls to cast Power of the Spheres, and 2, I took his stick away. So he's not Death 3, which means he can't boost up a Death 4, which means he can't cast Darkness. So instead, he's just going to use those gems casting something. I'm not even sure what exactly he cast during this battle, but my troops advance, the arrows go out. My Soul Twisters are actually thick enough to take an arrow, so they live. We spam out a whole bunch of Magic Duel, and that successfully kills one of the Paragons outright. I think the other Paragon lives for now. We start dropping Soul Slays on people, which is useful. And now we start dropping, that Paragon gets off one meteor before he's murdered. My infantry charge in, fighting the Vine Ogres, and here comes the Fire Elemental Brigade up to the wall on the other side. The infantry are still fighting in the breach, but the Fire Elementals rampage through the walls, and it's all over but the crying because they just don't have the troops to stop this. The undead are being burned down by the fire elementals. In the back, we're still throwing lots of astral spells. Down here, Monhelte is fatigued out and doing nothing much. We're now reduced to throwing just random evocations, but our fire elementals are doing the job. Child Feaster, unfortunately, is fire resistant, so he's still alive. But everyone else is pretty much being dead, except for Python the Demilich, who is spamming Control the Dead against my skeletons. Child Feaster is now taking a bunch of hits from something or other. He's mute. He's getting mind burned, I think. Yeah, that's what's happening. He's getting mind burned and paralyzed. So he's now totally immobile and being swarmed to death. He's down to -5 health. He has Undying plus 14, so he will live a little while longer. But there he goes. And now all that's left is Python the Demilich, and as soon as we get to him, we're going to kill him too. Come on! Get to him! Get to him! One magic attack will destroy him. Just one magic attack. We just need the Fire Elemental. Come on, Fire Elemental. Oh, there we go. We blasted him. Alright. What actually killed him, incidentally? Yeah, he was hit by a Soul Slay. So, boom. And those are the Golden Priestesses. Looks like they just evaporated from something. Most of my units died in the process, including Fomoric the Hollow Knight. Again, he was hit by the Bane Lord and murdered, and many long dead. Many long dead died to bring you this this battle. The Paragons, I guess that was all Magic Duels. So yeah, the Paragons all got Magic Dueled to death. I did lose all but one of my Mountain Shamans in the process, but it was worth the trade. So, we have captured Orem, finally. So I lost 4 Mountain Shamans, 1 Hollow Knight, 3 of my Hallownest captains, about half of my infantry, about half of my units all told, most of my infantry. But we wiped out the enemy, and we captured the fortress. Python, the god of Orem, has been permanently vanquished. So, we now have Orem, together with its delicious gem income, including 2 nature, and 1 of a whole bunch of other stuff, and its income of 466. We're starting to pump out a ton of troops, double Pathfinders, and we're also building a temple here. Because unexpected events, we got some Sea Dogs, which we defeated with no problem, and then we got 2,000 gold plus gems, and another 500 gold. So we got 2,500 free gold this turn. Now, Man sent back the Earth Gems. I'm really pissed off at Man. I'm really, possibly unreasonably so. And, on top of that, I'm looking at the situation, and I'm thinking, you know what? I could ruin this. I mean, I could hit this stack with Vengeance of the Dead. I'm forging, I've got a Rune Smasher, and I'm forging an Eye of the Void. So, Alpheus needs to cast Create Vessel. We're still spamming out some of those thugs. I've got Domar down here. Domar is hopping up this way. So, for one thing, I've got Domar, and he's shock resistant 40, and pretty hard to kill. He could use a hat. He could use a hat, that's true. So let's forge him a hat. Let's forge him... let's actually forge him... I would love to forge him a fire helmet, but I don't have the gems for it. So yeah, let's just forge him a black steel helmet real quick. Just a basic old black steel helmet. Because his body prot is 22, his head prot could be a little bit higher. So yeah, we'll do that. He's regenerating. He's got the Vine Shield. He can cast, you know, Body Ethereal, Personal Luck, Astral Shield. And like I said, he's shock resistant 40, so Thunder Strikes won't actually hurt him all that often. Because if we look at Thunder Strike is 26 damage. Versus shock resist 40, that means that it has to roll 14 higher than I do in order to actually inflict damage. So he could go into this army. He could actually probably jump into the middle of the army if I just set him to attack right off the bat. Hop into the middle and let them Thunderstrike themselves to death. On top of that, as I said, I can drop Vengeance of the Dead on this army a time or two. And it's very, very likely, assuming that it, you know, hits and passes magic resistance, it will kill his Thrice Horned Boar. On top of that, next turn, I will have, first of all, Stellar Brilliance, Stellar Focus, so I'll be up to 20 Astral Pearls per turn, and I'll have a whole bunch of Mind Hunters, and I'll have Mind Hunt active. He has no anti-Mind Hunt in this army, at least I don't believe he does. And so I could also Mind Hunt this army and just kill a whole bunch of his mages. Once again, I would need some more penetration gear, so I'll need to start forging more of that, but, I mean, I could expect, on average, to kill, you know, spend, you know, 12 gems to kill 3 mages per turn, or so. Without too much trouble. Or I could spend all of those 20 Astral Pearls per turn churning out Soul Warriors to be raiding with, of course. So I think I could pretty well screw Man right up. Especially because Vengeance of the Dead and I believe Mind Hunt actually hit stealthy targets. So, you know, I don't think Man can effectively stop me if I start doing that. I have a whole bunch of Soul Twisters. Like, I've been recruiting them, you know, pretty solid, and I have not lost many. So, I've lost some. I have. But down here, I've got, I don't know how many this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, like 18 Soul Twisters down there. I've got 6 up here. I've got a couple more kind of scattered around, I think. Maybe not. Maybe I have them all in those 2 places. No, I have Topagog up here. I've got a lot of Soul Twisters. I've got a lot of power in that line. Actually, yeah, just forge the Frost Brand. Oh no, it's a 2 gem discount. That's right. Yeah, okay. So forge the Frost Brand. We're forging a Frost Brand for Domar. Domar already has a Frost Brand. Actually, we're forging a Frost Brand for our new Hollow Knight that will be coming out. And pretty soon we'll also want to forge him some nature gear, probably. We've got one active Hollow Knight, who is not Quellen. Quellen's not particularly active. He's about to level up, though, fortunately. But we've got... Where'd he go? There's one Hollow Knight who's, like, leveled already that we have sitting around. I'll find him. In any case, he's going somewhere and doing something important, as I recall. All these guys are researching, except for these ones. The fire randoms are moving because they can cast the spell Astral Fires, which is, honestly, it's quite a powerful spell. It's just never cast because it's a weird cross path, but it's 10 armor negating damage in area of effect 4+. It is negated by magic resistance, but if you don't have really high magic resistance, it's one of the most effective AoE evocations because it is armor negating. Where did I put my damn... Oh, there's Simaru. Yeah, so we have Simaru. He's pretty good. My research is quite good, so I'm going to hit evocation level 6 this turn. And then we're going to go down... We've got enchantment level 7. Well of Misery would be interesting, but I don't really have level 6 death available. I think, like I said before, I think I have to go down Thaumaturgy to... Or not Thaumaturgy, what was it? Enchantment? Yeah, Enchantment to Arcane Nexus. I think that's the play. So yeah, so I'm pondering, like, I could go to war against Satis, as advertised, like we'd done. Or I could start murdering Man. It's kind of a puzzler. It is kind of a puzzler. I think Ulm still has his, you know, his garnets, because I think they're in this province. I've never gotten a scout into that province, so I can't, like, guarantee that's accurate. Just go up there, please. But, yeah, I think I could probably significantly blunt man's attack here, starting next turn, and I might be able to get Ulm back in the game on my side if I were to do that. Now, that would require basically trusting that Lothric and Drangleik and Anor Londo can deal with Sitis. And it also means letting them have the first crack at taking all of this delicious territory. But, on the flip side, it also means letting them fight in Sitis's disease dominion, and I don't have to. So, I think I might go to war with Man. I think I'll probably do that. And for, if anyone's going to argue that this is, like, irrational and I shouldn't be upset about this because I was aggressive first, no, you're totally right. Like, I'm not saying that's incorrect. I'm just still mad. I'm just salty. That's all. So, you know, what gets me here, actually, diplomatically speaking, is not that Man moved in to take this fort. It's that he didn't tell me that he was doing so. He could have just said, well, okay, I don't really like that, and I'm actually going to take that fort, so, you know, come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. He could have said that. That would have been fine. I would have taken it. It wouldn't have bothered me particularly, even. Instead, he sucked me into a trap to kill, deliberately, to kill 60 gems worth of my summons. Which, you know, like, fair. Okay, that's a move you can make, but, Vengeance of the Deading your Thrice-Horned Boar is also a move I can make. And I think I probably will. So, you know, you get what you pay for. In any case, that's the plan for this turn. This army is mostly sitting here researching, like I said. These guys can teleport around pretty much at will. Next turn, I'm going to start spending Astral Pearls like a madman. I'm going to want to remote site search what provinces I haven't already done for Astral. So that's these three, basically. Those three right there. All those have been searched for Astral, I think. Yeah, just these three provinces over here. I think everything else in my empire has already been Astral site searched. But yeah, I'm going to try to maximize my Astral income as much as I can. And we're going to go full remote spam on Man. And like I said, Domar, I think Domar could actually take that stack. He couldn't take the stack out, but I think he could do pretty serious damage. In fact, I think what we want to do if we're going to do that is actually take off some of this gear and just leave the shock resist stuff and just have him attack rear instantly to get into the middle of something and then just die. Now, unfortunately, that does mean, because I mean, that's 5 gems, and he's 25, so that's 35 gems spent on the Soul Warrior. But if in the process he kills a whole bunch of their mages, because this stack has a lot of mages, kind of worth it. I think I'll hold off on that until I've mind-hunted them down a little bit, and I'll use him to jump on smaller groups that have less Thunderstrike capability. But yeah, I think we can do some work here. So, that's turn 52. I'll see y'all in turn 53.